Krishna, everyone.
Hare Krishna.
Welcome back. We're here at Matchless Gifts again. So, I respond. Yayatama prapadyante tams tataiva bhajamyaham. Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, as you approach me, I reciprocate accordingly.
Right.
So you just approach me, Hare Krishna. So I calm down. I thought maybe that was your way of trying to calm me down.
Anyway, we're in Matchless Gifts, reading Canto 4, Chapter 21, Text 34.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Text 34. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is transcendental and not contaminated by this material world. But although he is concentrated spirit soul, that's funny because he don't like concentrated fruit juice, but we worship a concentrated spirit soul.
I don't mind concentrated pure fruit juice, just not concentrated drinks that are full of additives and...
Alright. But although he is concentrated spirit soul without material variety for the benefit of the conditioned soul, he nevertheless accepts different types of sacrifice performed with various material elements, rituals and mantras, and offered to the demigods under different names according to the interests and purposes of the performer.
Did you say that word?
Mantra. What's it? There's no U, it's not man.
It is. The short A is
There's a short, it looks like the same size A as all the others.
It's not a long A. Actually, long
Mantra.
A is
Mantra.
You said
Mantra. Well, from
It's
South London. Alright, the purport.
Mantra,
The purport. For material prosperity, there are recommendations in the Vedas for various types of yajna sacrifice. In Bhagavad Gita, chapter 3, text 10, it is confirmed that Lord Brahma created all living entities, including human beings and demigods, and advised them to perform yajna according to their material desires. Saha yajna praja shrestva. These performances are called yajnas because their ultimate goal is to satisfy the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Vishnu. The purpose of performing yajnas is to get material benefit. But because the aim is to simultaneously satisfy the Supreme Lord, such yajnas have been recommended in the Vedas. Such performances are, of course, known as karma kanda, or material activities, and all material activities are certainly contaminated by the three modes of material nature. Generally, the karma kanda ritualistic ceremonies are performed in the mode of passion. Yet the conditioned souls, both human beings and demigods, are obliged to perform these yajnas because without them one cannot be happy at all. Interesting that the sacrifices, the yajnas, you perform them to get material benefit. So you might be, why are they in the Vedas? Well, they're in the Vedas because the aim is to simultaneously satisfy the Supreme Lord, so the connection is there to Krishna. You understand? I thought it was nice in the verse. It said Krishna is a concentrated spirit soul.
Well, it says that he is, concentrated spirit soul without material variety.
Yes.
Very interesting. And then it says, for the benefit of the conditioned soul, he accepts different types of sacrifice.
Yes.
Concentrated without material variety. But I don't think that means there's not spiritual variety. It's just all the variety is concentrated.
Sorry. No, you know, oh my God. No, oh my God. There's something on
It
me.
just flew away. I saw it was just a fly.
Alright, no, because I was just closing this curtain behind me and then he turned the light off at the same time and that's when something dropped on me. I saw it. So that, anyway, sorry. I might jump up if it comes back. No, I'm sorry. I know we're in matchless gifts and all that, but that thing will have to die.
Okay. Just trying to figure out whether we should cut the clip now.
No, I won't cut it. But anyway.
All right, we're going to continue.
No, I ain't finished. I ain't said my point because you said your point.
No,
or my point, but I ain't
I
said
said
my
my
point.
point after you made your point.
I didn't make my point.
All right.
My point, now it's not worth it, is it? Anyway, Krishna is a conditioned spirit, a concentrated spirit soul without material variety. And I was just thinking that before we came here, because it's morning time here, it's 8:43. We were over at Bhakti Center, just behind this building, for the morning program, and I was worshipping the deities, little ones. So little ones that are made of brass, Radha Mulida, little ones, and then the Shingadev Shila, which is, it's just a stone externally. But so, and yet we're hearing here, he is concentrated spirit soul without material variety. So what are we going to understand there? Because the brass and the stone is a material variety.
Is that a question you're posing?
Yeah.
So, yeah, but Krishna is Krishna. He's the Supreme Personality of Godhead, concentrated pure spiritual form, and that's Krishna. But he enters into different material varieties in order to accept, as he says here, he accepts different types of sacrifice performed with various material elements, rituals, and mantras. So, he can enter into anything. In fact, he has entered into every atom of the material energy. So he who is there personally present is that concentrated form. But the external manifestation that we may be interacting or dealing with is theoretically made of matter. But we also understand that when something is there's a transformation of something that is material into something that is spiritual as soon as we connect it with Krishna. So, like prasadam, for example, you can offer bhoga, you can bring your plate of items that you're going to be having for breakfast or lunch or dinner, and it is material items. You got whatever, apple, you got your sabji, you got your roti, you got your juice, whatever you got. It's all made from material elements. But as soon as you put it on the altar and you offer it ding, 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 to the Supreme Lord, then it is no longer material. It becomes spiritual and is known as prasad or mercy. So like that. I can see you're very much paying attention. See, this is the bug here. And it is a funny little thing.
What is it?
I don't know. It looked weird. It's
I
definitely
think
weird.
it bit me.
Really?
Yeah, that's why I'm itching myself.
Oh.
I don't know what it is, man.
No, it looked very weird. It was kind of black with spots on it.
Oh, I reckon it's a flying spider.
Well,
Oh my God.
it's a weird flying spider, because usually they're jumping spiders, but that thing is an actual flying thing.
Oh, this is horrible.
Okay. Anyway, such is the ways of the world.
And there's a Krishna's in that horrible bug as well, you know.
Yeah, Krishna's in everything.
Yeah.
That's his mercy upon
Don't
us.
encourage all that, Krishna.
Okay, we're going to continue reading because it's quite a long purport.
Oh my days.
And nights. Srila Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur comments that these karma kanda ritualistic ceremonies, although contaminated, contain touches of devotional service because whenever there is a performance of any yajna, Lord Vishnu is given a central position. This is very important because even a little endeavor to please Lord Vishnu is bhakti and is of great value. Very important point. A tinge of bhakti purifies the material nature of the performances, which by devotional service gradually come to the transcendental position. Therefore, although such yagyas are superficially material activities, the results are transcendental. Such yagyas as Surya Yagya, Indra Yagya, Chandra Yagya are performed in the name of the demigods, but these demigods are bodily parts of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The demigods cannot accept sacrificial offerings for themselves, but they can accept them for the Supreme Personality of Godhead, just as a departmental tax collector of a government cannot collect taxes for his personal account, but can realize them for the government. Any yagya performed with this complete knowledge and understanding is described in Bhagavad Gita as Brahmarpana, or a sacrifice offered to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. I'm going to need to look that up, where that is. Since no one but the Supreme Lord can... here it is. It's 424. Yeah. Since no one but the Supreme Lord can enjoy the results of sacrifice, the Lord says that He is the actual enjoyer of sacrifices. Bhoktaram yagatapasam sarvaloka maheshwaram. Sacrifices should be performed with this view in mind, as stated in Bhagavad Gita 4.24. Brahmarpanam brahmahavir, brahmagnu brahmanahutam, brahmanaiva tena gantavyam brahma karma samadina. A person who is fully absorbed in Krishna consciousness is sure to attain the spiritual kingdom because of his full contribution to spiritual activities, in which the consummation is absolute, and that which is offered is of the same spiritual nature. That's one of those verses that makes you go, what? Can you read that again? So we might do that in a minute. The performer of sacrifices must always keep in view that the sacrifices mentioned in the Vedas are meant to satisfy the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Vishnur aradyate pantaha. Vishnu Purana 3.8.9. Anything material or spiritual done for the satisfaction of the Supreme Lord is understood to be an actual yagya. And by performing such yagyas, one gets liberation from material bondage. The direct method of getting liberation from material bondage is devotional service, comprising the 9 following methods. Altogether: Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnu Smaranam Padasevanam Archanam Vandanam Dasyam Sakyam Atmanivedanam. Bhagavatam 7.5.23. This 9-fold process is described in the verse as Vishuddha Vijnana Ganaha. Vishuddha Vijnana Ganaha, or satisfying the Supreme Personality of Godhead directly by transcendental knowledge concentrated on the form of the Supreme Lord Vishnu, which is the concentrated form. So we have to direct transcendental knowledge, we have to concentrate transcendental knowledge on the concentrated Supreme Lord Vishnu. This is the best method for satisfying the Supreme Lord. One who cannot take to this direct process, however, should take the indirect process of performing yagyas for the satisfaction of Vishnu or yagya. Vishnu is therefore called Yagyapati. Shriya Patim Yagyapatim Jagat Patim. Bhagavatam 2.9.15. So, long paragraph and very powerful. Basically, expressing that any yagya has to contain a little bit of bhakti, because you are doing it, although you may be doing it for your own personal reasons, but in some way you're trying to please Vishnu. When we do fire yagyas, Vishnu is the fire. He's invoked and installed as the fire. And so our offerings to Agni are then handed and given to Vishnu. So in some way we're always pleasing Vishnu. At the same time, Srila Prabhupada is pointing out that the main goal, or the main point and purpose, is that we just simply worship Krishna. But if we can't do that, then at least doing some yagya or some sacrifice, even if it is materially motivated, is a good place to start, but we should try to elevate ourselves each time to understanding more and more that I'm actually really just sincerely trying to please Krishna or Vishnu here.
All right. Final paragraph. The Supreme Personality of Godhead's deep scientific knowledge is concentrated to the supreme point. For example, medical science knows some things superficially, but doctors do not know exactly how things happen in the body. That's so true, you know. Lord Krishna, however, knows everything in detail. Therefore, his knowledge is Vigyan, Gana, because it does not have any of the defects of material science. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is Vishuddha Vigyangan, concentrated transcendental knowledge. Therefore, even though he accepts karma, kandi, and materialistic yagyas, he always remains in a transcendental position. Therefore, the mention of Anika Guna refers to the Supreme Personality of Godhead's many transcendental qualities, for he is not affected by the material qualities. But different kinds of material paraphernalia or physical elements are also gradually transformed into spiritual understanding, because ultimately there is no difference between material and spiritual qualities, for everything emanates from the Supreme Spirit. This is realized by a gradual process of realization and purification. One vivid example of this is Dhruva Maharaj, who took to meditation in the forest to achieve material benefit, but ultimately became spiritually advanced and did not want any benediction for material profit. He was simply satisfied with the association of the Supreme Lord. Asaya means determination. Generally, a conditioned soul has a determination for material profit, but when these desires for material profit are satisfied through performance of yajna, one gradually achieves the spiritual platform. Then his life becomes perfect. Srimad Bhagavatam therefore recommends akama sarva kama va moksha kama udhara dehi tivrena bhakti yogena yajita purusham param. Everything, whether akama, a devotee, sarva kama, a kami, a moksha kama, a jnani or yogi, is encouraged to worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead by the direct method of devotional service. In this way, one can get both material and spiritual profit simultaneously. Interesting point about the, what is it? There is no difference between material and spiritual qualities, for everything emanates from the Supreme Spirit. That's quite a high level of understanding. I got bitten, by the way. It's itching so bad now, and it's a bump on my hand as well. I don't know what it is, you know. Could be dead, but anyway, that's also Krishna, I guess, because we're just reading about it. Everything material and spiritual. So Krishna came and gave me a little poke. You can see it like that.
You were making a point. I don't know if you wanted to finish that.
I'm getting to it. I'm delirious because of the poison from the bug. But yeah, it's a high level of consciousness in one sense. Oh, everything material and spiritual and material is the same because it's coming from Krishna, which kind of logically makes sense, you know? Mm-hmm. Logically it makes sense. I was thinking, yeah, that's such a high level. But then I thought, no, it's not a high level because it's actually a basic logical level, isn't it? If you think, if Krishna's like some boss in some office or something, and he's producing, this product and that product. So one product is like expensive perfume and the other one's like the cheap one, that gives you rash. But it's coming from the same factory, and it's coming from the same factory owner. So really, he's the owner of the cheap perfume and the expensive perfume. It makes sense.
Yeah, I think I've heard an example which is like
something
is. Were you finished?
Yeah.
something made of gold, you might say this is a ring, this is earrings, this is a necklace, this is glasses, this is this, that, and the other thing. But they're all made of gold. So you could say that the gold ring and the gold necklace are not the same, because they're not. You can't wear a necklace on your finger and you can't put a ring around your neck. Exactly. So they are different, but they are the same in essence. So this is the point of Chincha Beta Abeta Tattva. They are simultaneously one and different and distinction. So, like that. Okay, so we'll finish here. Thank you very, very much for tuning in. And if you don't see us again, you'll know it's because the bug has bitten us and we died.
No, you didn't get bitten, but I did. So if you don't see me again, thank you for tuning in.
All right, take care, everyone. Hare Krishna.